I wanted to share a few things I learned my first time fixing my serpentine belt on my 1999 Dodge Ram van 3500. It's a beast of a van. I call her Sunflower, and I thought I had thrown my power steering belt, but I didn't realize it was my whole serpentine belt because it's connected to all the things. So I wrecked my idler pulley and the belt. So I had to wait for parts. I've got the parts. I've put them in now. I have another video where I point out how in this particular model, just a 10 mil wrench to slide that ignition switch, lift it out of the way, one bolt out, one loosened, slide it up, give you access to that bolt for the tensioner pulley. And then I had some confusion getting this belt in, and actually I'm sweating pretty good because it was a little more work than I anticipated, pulling that tensioner and getting this belt strung right. And trying to show you, I was sure it was 6 inches too long because I didn't wind it back and forth correctly in the middle. So if you run into that problem, be sure and check to make sure you're threading your belt through properly. I'm gonna have to deal with this at some point. I believe that's my AC, and when my belt, before it snapped, before it went off kilter because of my idler pulley, and so it's damaged some wiring here, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to start it up. I also started to overheat it, so I've blown that little valve out, but I think so for that work, I took the negative battery terminal off, and I encourage you to do that. Pretty much the whole job was done with it's not a 15, that's a 17 I was trying to use to pry, but a 15 mil socket is handy for the tensioner and the idler, and a 15 mil wrench is what I use to get in there to the back of the tensioner. And that said, so it's just, could be done with one wrench, better with a socket and a wrench. And yeah, if it's taken me a long while because I don't know what I'm doing and I'm learning as I go, but if you knew what you were doing and you knew how to get right to taking that idler or ignition switch rather out of the way, there's a wire on top, a wire on the bottom, 2 bolts. I took one bolt out, loosened the other, swung it up out of my way, took the bolt off the back of this tensioner, put in the new one, put in the new idler, and then took me a little bit to figure out how to thread the belt and a little bit to muscle it in there, but now it's in there, and I would say a person who knows what they're doing could easily do that in less than 10 minutes. It took me probably an hour or so total. Anyhow, I'm gonna crank it over. Moment of truth. If you got any questions, let me know. If you want to support me, check out the description for ways you can do that. Just giving you a little visual down there. That's that ignition switch that I had to move out of the way. You can see how it's threaded through the center there. As always, I wish you love, laughter, lightheartedness, peaceful conflict resolution, grand adventures doing things yourself, and good experiences hiring professionals when you can. Ciao for now.